Hi, my name is Sebastian, and I channeled a book called Theoraphasz, God Speaks in the Final Phase of Human Development. And I want to share chapter 10 with you today. If this is your first time with me, you might want to listen a little bit and see if you like it, and go back to my YouTube channel and listen to the rest of the chapters. It's also in its very rudimentary publication on Kindle Direct. So you can go to Kindle and also search for Theoraphasz, and I'll spell it at the end of this video. Enjoy. This is chapter 10. Healing each other. You are conduits of spirit. You live and breathe through a temporary human body that exists solely for spiritual unfoldment. When you understand this, you'll not resist, and you'll be happy in this present moment, in this present experience, whatever it is you're doing. If you seek happiness, know that it exists in the present moment. Learn to enjoy pure beingness. You can be a healer simply by asking to be used in this manner. You say, "What must I ask?" or "Who must I ask? God?" The answer? You must ask yourself, for within lie all of the answers. If someone asks for your prayers or good thoughts, simply give them. Be them. Understand that prayer is not a petitioning, it's a seeing, a communing with your highest self, which is God. That brings forth wholeness. The technique for reaching out to another starts with understanding that you are not two or three or many, but one. You must always prepare your heart and mind for healing by meditating first. Stabilize your mind with thoughts of oneness. Relax and release yourself from the confines of your physical body. If the person who needs healing is present, get quiet together. Find an identical source of concentration so that your minds can unite for a short while. When minds unite, power is unleashed into the universe. Where two or more are gathered in unity, magnetic power is multiplied. In the center of your forehead is the largest conduit of spiritual vibration. Information in the form of vibrations enters the mind from the back of the head and presses into the front of the forehead. This forward pressure stimulates the frontal lobes of the brain, bringing forth vision that seems to project itself in front of you or on invisible movie screen. This is where I will communicate with you. You have heard of telepathy, communication from mind to mind. This is how you will listen to spirit. As you learn to unfold your spiritual wings, you'll see that you have spiritual eyes as well as human eyes. When you look upon another human being, you'll begin to notice colors with these spiritual eyes, and lights as outlines and spheres encircling their bodies. This will not happen with everyone you see. Usually you'll notice the spiritual activation to a human if you're particularly attracted to an individual because of a special spiritual purpose. The lights and colors you see can be indicators of many things. The need for healing is one of them. A pale to dark gray cast emitting from an individual's skin can mean cancer or terminal illness. Yellow and pale green casts can mean a body that is full of toxic waste. If you are attracted to a person such as this, you may be led to warn him or her to begin cleansing the body. Pink and rose-colored auras are healthy, as are white and pale blue. A dark blue or purple cast indicates a person is spiritually connected to the divine. I desire for you to see with your spiritual eyes. Diagnosis of illness happens in the vibrations around the body. What you see on the outside of an individual is a picture of the conditions within. You can also look into someone's eyes and see if they're clogged or manifesting fear and illness. The eyes are mirrors. The eyes are mirrors of the entire body and mind. The spiritual healer must use his or her own keen sense of understanding and compassion to reveal what is present within. So, someone asks you to pray for him or her. You notice a gray aura shining from his or her skin. What now? The next step takes practice. You must first imagine the person as pure spirit. If she sits or lies down, imagine the spiritual body hovering just above the physical body. See this with your imagination, which translates to be your spiritual or third eye. The clearer you can imagine or picture this, the more real healing becomes. When you've created this image in your mind, stay focused on it. Ask the person to imagine the same thing, if possible. If you feel the sick person does not believe in faith healing, healing will be an almost impossible task. In these last days before the kingdom, it will become each individual's responsibility to seek for spiritual unfoldment. If he or she cannot at least believe there is a possibility that faith healing can exist, the individual will not and cannot be healed by this means. You would do well to send this person to conventional medicine. If this individual has been drawn to you for this purpose and you're drawn to her, the process will unfold naturally and lovingly. You should never force healing or spirituality on anyone. As I have said before, forced spirituality is a sign of Antichrist, as are control and manipulation. These anti-love tools are used only by those individuals afraid of truth, seeking only to conform you to their own beliefs. Remember, all that I share with you is already written on your heart. Even these words which I share now are only given to help you remember that which you already know. So if what you read doesn't vibrate and resonate in your heart and mind, disregard it. Perhaps it's not truth at all, or perhaps this particular truth must be revealed later on in your path towards spiritual unfoldment. The true spiritual seeker will not be quick to judge. Truth often begins with a negative response. If you judge something too quickly, your pride may well get in the way of embodying truth. A spiritual seeker is ever watchful and also not quick to condemn, for he or she too has once erred in his or her thinking. Erring is a large part of growth. Being accepting of others' errors is also a sign of spiritual growth. As we err, we also learn. And as we learn, we grow to understand. And as we understand, we teach and heal with compassion. So this process of healing continues by first imagining pure water cleansing the sick individual. You may want to create a magical cloth in your hand with a powerful cleansing spiritual agent able to dissolve all forms of sickness and maladies. Use this cloth to wash the individual's entire spiritual body. Next, in your mind's eye, imagine that healing vibrations will be sent from your higher self through your hands and eyes to this individual. See the colors vibrating around his or her body change from dark to light, pale to vibrant. Stay with the person for as long as it takes to imagine this. If each of you feel comfortable, you may desire to move from working from the spiritual to working with the physical body. Feel radiant energy starting at your belly, rising to your heart, then to your hands. Your palms will become hot. Now actually place your hands on the troubled spots of the physical body. Stay with this until your hands become their normal temperature. Consult your heart for how long you should stay with the process. Remember, you are all natural healers, physicians. The only difference between you and another person who does not manifest healing powers is faith. Faith is the belief in something which cannot be explained or interpreted. In fact, trying to give words to faith takes away its reality. Faith rises up from your heart from a knowing far deeper than sight or sound. Consider faith as the seed giving rise to the shoot, the leaves, the flowers, and then the fruit. But first, faith must press into the fertile earth with its roots to be nurtured and fed there, each seed germinating in its own time in the subjective mind of God. For this reason, it is wise to let faith be a personal tool and not try to share it. Faith must be developed individually through meditation and experience. You can lead a novice to faith, but you cannot give faith to an individual. So too with healing, you can only lead a patient to the waters of healing, but it is his or her own responsibility to drink of the waters of spirit and be washed clean. This is why disbelief made the powers of even Jesus null and void in some individuals. But in other cases, some individuals' faith, as it is written, made them whole. Share your divine healing energy is one of the most rewarding things you can possibly do for your spirit and mind, because herein you gain entrance to your divine path. Happiness now awaits you. Here lies the end of chapter 10, and keep listening, keep watching on my YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and you'll know when the next chapter comes out. And intermittently, I read this, and in between it, I share with you what I have heard on my God walks, which is also, I think, coming from either the Holy Spirit or Theoraphasz. It feels like they're becoming one at this point. As you'll read in the first chapter, Theoraphasz has just one wing, and I say to him, "Why do you just have one wing?" And he says, "My love, you have the other." So I believe that this entity, this thought process, this spiritual thought, divine thought, is expressing through Sebastian now because it's time. The original message came almost 20 years ago, and I'm just now digging it out because I heard from Spirit that it's time to reveal it to the earth, to the world. So enjoy. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. And if you have any prayers, I'm also happy to pray for you. Have a beautiful day. With the brain, with the mind, with a dream. And you need to have your brain clear for that dream to express itself.
Can get really busy taking care of my home, 2 careers, and my family, when your mind can't seem to get quiet to rest. That's when you need to use zeroing out.
I never thought I could quiet my mind in only 3 minutes. Zeroing out works.
I can't believe how much zeroing out has helped me reduce stress. You've got to try it.
Work for me can get time-consuming and stressful at times, but zeroing out has really changed the way I look at my schedule and my time.
Such a step above any other book I've ever seen about this topic, and it's such a simple technique, and I'm able to do it by myself, which I love. So